The Darth Vader Legend Edition Reveal Helmet Prop Replica from Return of the Jedi by EFX Collectibles. That's right, you heard me correctly. The Darth Vader Reveal Helmet from Return of the Jedi is in the house, so we're going to be looking at it up close, looking at all the features, and I cannot wait to show you this because this is absolutely the grail piece in any collection, and I am just absolutely floored by this helmet. This is going to be available for pre-order on Friday, November 21st, 2025 at noon Eastern. This is going to be a limited edition helmet of 350 and it's going to retail for $26.99. The pre-order is going to be exclusively on EFXcollectibles.com, and a $1,350 non-refundable deposit is going to be due at the time of pre-order. And for the first time, this is actually going to be available for payment plans through a firm, which is a third-party vendor that's not affiliated with EFX Collectibles, but it's going to offer flexible payments so you can pay it over time. Now, I want to send a huge shout out and thank you to EFX Collectibles and Lucasfilm for entrusting me with this helmet so I can show you all a sneak preview of this beautiful helmet. And keep in mind, this is the final engineering prototype that was sent to Lucasfilm for final approval, so there may be slight variations in the final helmet because some of the greeblies are still being machined and the helmet stand is still being slightly modified, so this may not be the final version you'll get in the box. But besides that, the helmet should be virtually identical to the one I'm going to show you, and I'm telling you, this is one of those pieces that you must get. I mean, this is a grail of grails. The reveal helmet is one of those iconic prop replicas that no one's ever made. And EFX Collectibles went into the Lucasfilm archives and digitally scanned all the details on the mask. And they used an original plaster mold of the dome and, of course, the digital scans of the original prop. So the helmet itself is going to be made out of fiberglass and some metal construction, but I could tell that all the little greeblies are mostly all metallic, so they're all going to be machined individually, and the details are just intense on this thing. Now, each helmet is going to be individually hand painted, so we get a lot of the weathering and distress that you'd get on the original helmet that's in the archives, because again, they're doing these by hand. And the neck part here actually splits up into two separate pieces. And it's attached with these little attachments on the side that are very cleverly engineered. I'm not too sure if the original one is like that, but it has magnets and some screws to keep the neck part together. So I'll show you here how it removes. So the back part is actually a little magnet, and it sits right into the, it's like keyed in there. So you can't really mess them up because they fit specifically on where they're supposed to be. Now, the screws on the front actually screw off. So you're able to, screw those off if you wanted to separate the neck piece. Because technically, this is wearable. If you wanted to actually wear this, you would remove these and snap it on your neck and start building the mask around you. And here's the inside of the mask. And when I'm telling you that this is so detailed that I was just absolutely floored by it. Look at this. It's, all the mixing of the metals and the obviously plastics and the wiring just look absolutely beautiful. This is literally right out of the movie. I am floored by how great this looks. And even those gold parts, they're metallic. And even the weathering on the neck part, look at how great this looks. It's not just, the normal cushion, because the original one obviously was weathered like that. And here's those magnetic keys that I was telling you about. So really, once you take off the four little attachments there, you can't really mess it up to put it back because they fit specifically keyed into their original slots. They even match the material that's on there, like the soft goods, right? Because obviously you can see that there is some type of kind of maybe fake leather, rubber seal part on the top, and even that matches. Look at the little gold parts, all the metallic parts on it. Just absolutely love how this looks. Now, if you thought the neck piece was amazing, check out the face mask. The face mask is equally as detailed with all of the metallic parts all over the dome there. And look, even the little threads that you see there. See, there's like these like lines that are coming down. Those are metallic. And it's like a woven metallic material. It is just mind-blowing how detailed they got on this. And check out the top of the face mask. Again, it's matched exactly because it was digitally scanned from the one in the archives. But look at that. I mean, it is just mind-blowing. And again, like some metallic parts there. Those lines that you see there coming down kind of from the top to the mask, that's what I'm talking about. It's like a threaded metal material. Just absolutely beautiful. And of course, it has the checkered paint job with the, gunmetal gray and the black. And look at the inside of the mask. So the top foam part is weathered, just like the one in the archives. You have some metallic parts all over it, but look at the eye sockets. Look at how detailed they are. I mean, you could literally see the little springs, the little gears, and check this out. They actually include 2 different grills that are swappable to make it more accurate to the version that you want. So if you wanted that tight grill look, you just literally slide it in there and it turns it into that. And it's super easy to just slide in. And if you look towards the front, you can see the smaller grill there. And if you wanted to switch it out for the larger grill, kind of like in A New Hope, you literally just slide it in and there you go. That way you have the option to choose which grill you want on your face mask. So I love the fact that they did this and are giving fans the option. But let's go back to the eyes here, because look at the detail on these eye socket parts. I mean, look at, you see the little gears, you see springs in there. These are all metallic parts, and it just literally makes it feel like it's right out of the movie. And of course, it's even lined on the inside, and the lining matches the one in the archives. And the exterior is just as detailed with a bunch of metallic parts and just all the little mechanisms to match exactly like the one in the film. And after looking at all of the detailed and all the metal parts and just how much work went into this helmet, I could definitely see why this is $26.99. And like I said, if there was going to be one prop replica in your collection that you had to get, I'm telling you, this is it right here, because it really doesn't get any better than this. And this is one of those pieces that, for me, the interior part of it is almost just as important as the exterior part of it. So even for display purposes, it would be really cool to be able to feature the interior parts of the mask. But of course, it's impossible, right, to be able to do them both. But I just love the fact that it's in there. It's quality, it's accurate. And, if you ever wanted to, pull off the face mask and, show it off, or just take a look at it for every once in a while, I mean, that the details are there, and that it's going to be super authentic and super close to the one in the Lucasfilm archives. And here you can really see that checkerboard paint scheme that Darth Vader is known for. You can see the gunmetal gray and the black right there. And like I said, this is a kind of a final prototype, but the paint might vary slightly in the final version that you get in the box. So just keep that in mind. Now, even the inside of the helmet has some details, as you can see there. There's, some pattern there, so it fits perfectly onto the face mask. And I just love the way this looks like this split apart. But the cool thing about this is that EFX Collectibles gives you the option to display it in 3 parts like this, or if you wanted to display it closed, just as the helmet, you can absolutely do that as well. Now, this is a working prototype of the base and the helmet stand, so it might be different once you get yours in the box, so just keep that in mind. But if you didn't want to display it in 3 parts, you can absolutely display it closed, which in my opinion probably won't look as cool, but let me show you how to do that if you wanted to. As you can see, there's these little rods kind of where the tusks are, and there's these little holes on the face mask. So basically all you do is just make sure you align those little rods to the face mask and the neck piece, and it kind of just fits right in there. You do have to, make sure both sides fit in there right. And it's that easy. You just click it on there. And then obviously the helmet, you can just pop it right on. Like I said, the helmet has a pattern underneath it. So, obviously it protects all the details on the face mask if you wanted to keep it closed. So you just throw it on there, and it just literally just slips right on because of the pattern. And of course, it looks really cool like this because, hey, it's Darth Vader. But again, if you're going to get a Darth Vader reveal prop replica, I would highly suggest that you display it as a reveal helmet in 3 different parts. So basically, you just put on the helmet on the top, goes there. And it fits perfectly in there because of that design that's inside. Once you do that, you could actually put the mask in there, but the neck piece is actually probably what I would suggest to go first, just because the dome is actually pretty heavy. So you don't want to, accidentally tip it over or anything like that. It's probably the heavier part of this entire prop replica. Here are the 3 parts separately, so you can kind of see. It would actually be kind of cool to display them separately as well. But anyways, I would suggest putting on the neck piece first, and then to balance it out, putting the dome next, and then the final piece would be the face mask. And of course, since this is property of EFX Collectibles and Lucasfilm, I wanted to be extremely careful when taking this apart and putting it back together. And just look how iconic this looks. I cannot believe we're going to be able to own this and have it in our collection. This is a dream piece for me. I've been wanting a reveal helmet, for as long as I can remember. This is by far the grail of grails in the Star Wars replica collecting space. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you like any other ones. When you see this in person, you are going to flip out. And the great thing about this for collectors is that it actually doesn't take up a lot of real estate. From, I would say, the tusks to the back, I'd probably say it's about maybe 16 inches, 15 inches. So it's more about the height than anything. But as far as, width and length, it doesn't take up that much space. And from the bottom of the base to the top of the dome, it's about 26 inches tall. So again, it's not a huge piece in the sense that, you're going to need this huge display for it. But it just looks so just menacing. It looks so great displayed. And you could literally spend hours looking at all of the details that this helmet has. Trust me, I've been looking at this since it arrived. And for me, displaying this, it comes at a perfect time because I just recently built out a brand new collection space, and I left this space right in the middle specifically for this helmet. So this reveal helmet is actually going to sit in between the lightsabers there, right above the Falcon, because it is absolutely going to be the centerpiece of my collection. So again, these will be available Friday, November 21st at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on EFXcollectibles.com. There's only going to be 350 of these made. It is going to be $26.99. There is going to be a payment plan available. You will have to put $13.50 down for a non-refundable deposit. but it is 100% worth the money. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review, and let me know if you're going to pick one of these up. And keep an eye out because I will be doing a full tour of my new collection space.